30 to $180,000. That's not the price of a penthouse, not a mansion, not a beach house in the Hamptons. That's the lifetime cost of one ordinary New York apartment, somewhere in that skyline. A 22-year-old is about to sign his first job offer. He has no idea. That one apartment is about to take almost his entire adult life to pay for. Meet Daniel. He's 22. He just graduated, and he just landed his first job in New York City. Starting salary, $76,000 a year. For the first time, Daniel has his own income, his own rent, his own decisions. He feels free. What he doesn't know is that the number we just showed you is his number, and the clock on it just started. For 4 years, Daniel lives life on his own terms. He works, pays rent, goes out with friends, buys things he could never afford as a student, takes a few vacations. His salary climbs about 3% a year. By 26, he's earning roughly $85,500. His career feels stable. So one evening, he opens his laptop and searches for homes in New York City. Not a mansion, not a penthouse, just a normal apartment where he could someday raise a family. Then he sees the price, $800,000. To put down 20%, he needs $160,000 in cash. He doesn't have it. So at 26, Daniel starts saving for the right to borrow the rest. Daniel builds an aggressive plan. Save 30% of his income every year, no exceptions. Year one, he saves about $25,700. At that pace, $160,000 feels within reach. But Daniel has missed something. While his salary grows 3% a year, so does the price of the apartment. He's moving toward it, but it's moving away from him just as fast. At 29, Daniel marries Maya. The wedding is modest. The dream is not. A kitchen of their own, a quiet bedroom, room for a future child. Life gets richer. It also gets more expensive. Still, Daniel keeps saving 30% because the dream isn't just his anymore. At 31, Daniel becomes a father. Now the apartment isn't just an asset, it's stability. A permanent room, a safe block, a school nearby. But children cost money. Childcare, healthcare, clothes, food, soon school. Daniel is saving for tomorrow, while paying for today. 8 years of saving. Daniel has put away roughly $228,000, more than his original $160,000 target. He thinks he's crossed the finish line. Then he checks the listing, the apartment that cost $800,000. Now costs approximately $13 million. The down payment isn't $160,000 anymore. It's approximately $227,700. 8 years of saving. And the target grew by more than $42,000 in the meantime. Still, he finally has enough. He wires the down payment, then closing costs arrive. Legal fees, inspections, bank charges, transaction costs, at roughly 2.5% of the price. Another $25,300. Almost everything he saved beyond the down payment, gone, instantly. He gets the keys, with almost no savings left, and over $800,000 still owed to the bank. Daniel borrows approximately $810,700, a 30-year mortgage at 666%, monthly payment roughly $5,110, over $62,500 a year. At 34, Daniel earns around $108,000. The mortgage alone eats nearly 58% of his gross salary. Before taxes, before food, before transportation, before childcare, before school, and the mortgage isn't the whole bill. Property taxes, insurance, maintenance, repairs, utilities, building fees. Daniel finally owns a home. Now the home owns most of his paycheck. The years move fast. Daniel and Maya have another child. The kids start school, books, after-school programs, doctor visits, birthday parties, a college fund they know they should start. Daniel gets promoted. His salary rises. So do the expenses. Every big family decision starts with the same question. Can we still afford the mortgage? Vacations get delayed. A car gets repaired instead of replaced. A career risk feels too risky. Because one missed paycheck could threaten the home. The apartment gives Daniel security. It also quietly limits his freedom. Remember that number from the beginning? $18 million? Daniel isn't even halfway there yet. At 58, Daniel retires. His kids are adults. His hair is gray. After decades of work, he expects the payments to stop. He gets home. A mortgage statement is waiting. He bought the apartment at 34. The mortgage ends at 64. Retirement arrives 6 years early. He still owes the bank, roughly $308,500. 72 payments left, totaling roughly $375,000. Add 6 more years of taxes, insurance, and maintenance, and the home still needs approximately $672,700 after retirement. But there's no more salary, so it comes from his pension, his investments, or the retirement savings he spent decades building. Daniel retired from his career. He did not retire from the house. Look at Daniel's whole career. At 26, he earned $85,500, growing 3% a year. By his final working year, roughly $213,800. From 26 to 58, Daniel earned approximately $449 million gross. Sounds like a fortune. But by retirement, he'd already spent roughly $251 million. Down payment, closing costs, mortgage, property taxes, insurance, maintenance. That's approximately 56% of every gross dollar he ever earned. Before income tax, before rent during the saving years, before food, before raising 2 kids, before health care, before living the rest of his life. And after retirement, the apartment still needs another $672,700. At 64, Daniel makes the last mortgage payment. Over 30 years, he paid the bank roughly $176 million. He originally borrowed $810,700. Roughly $165 million of that was pure interest. The interest alone cost more than the apartment's original price. Now add it all up: down payment, closing costs, mortgage, taxes, insurance, maintenance, repairs. Daniel's lifetime housing cost, approximately $318 million, around 71% of every dollar he earned from 26 to retirement, for an apartment that was listed at $800,000. Daniel graduated at 22, started saving at 26, married at 29, became a father at 31, got the keys at 34, retired at 58, and finally paid off the apartment at 64. That apartment saw almost every chapter of his adult life: his marriage, his kids' first steps, their first day of school, their graduations, his last day at work. The listing showed a price in dollars. It didn't show the birthdays spent working overtime, the vacations postponed, the risks he didn't take, or the retirement money still going out 6 years after his last paycheck. Daniel didn't just exchange money for a home, he exchanged decades. Remember that number from the start? $380,000? That's not what the apartment cost. That's what it took. A bank can calculate interest. An agent can calculate market value. No calculator can give you back the years spent paying for it. The home was bought with money. The interest was paid with income. The real price was paid with Daniel's life. That's why, to afford a home in New York City, you need multiple lives.